أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. Welcome to Jameel TV. As you know, we have started the series of explaining in detail the commentary of Surah Al-Asr. It is the third episode of that series. Earlier in the previous episodes, we had discussed the importance of faith in Islam, which serves as a comprehensive system connecting individuals with Allah, grant believers power, freedom, and enjoyment, instills qualities of sublime humanity and emphasizes worship of one Allah and justice. Faith fosters unity and cooperation among believers, encouraging human dignity and communal responsibility. It motivates believers with eternal rewards, guiding them to face challenges and live a purposeful, responsible lives focused on goodness. Deeds not rooted in faith are considered insignificant. Faith is seen as a sign of a person's health, soundness in disposition, and harmony with the universe, while disbelief leads to a sense of insignificance, misery compared to the believer's world. After having faith in Allah, how man is required to lead a life is the topic of our current video of commentary on Surah Al-Asr. Let us start our discussion on need for righteous deeds after embracing and possessing faith in our heart. Doing what is righteous is the natural fruit of faith. It is a spontaneous interaction generated once the reality of faith settles inside the human heart and mind. For faith is a positive and active concept which once it has pervaded the human conscience hastens to reflect itself to the outside world in good deeds. This is the Islamic view of faith. It must be dynamic. If it is not, then it is either phony or non existent, just as a flower cannot withhold its fragrance, which naturally spreads. Otherwise, it is not in the flower at all. From all this, we recognize the value of faith. It is dynamic, active, creative, productive, and totally devoted to Allah's pleasure. It is the opposite of narrowness, negativity, or introversion. It is not just sincere and innocent intentions that never develop into actions. This is the distinguishing characteristic of Islam that makes it a creative power in practical life. All this is logical only as long as faith remains the link with the way of life Allah has outlined. This way of life is characterized by perpetual dynamism in the world and among people. It is founded according to a specific plan and orientated towards a definite goal. Moreover, faith propels humanity towards implementing what is good, pure, constructive, and utilitarian, counseling one another to follow the truth and to persevere in the face of adversity reveals a picture of Islamic society which has its own very special entity, a unique interrelationship between its individual members, and a single objective. It fully understands its position, role, and duties. It realizes the essence of its faith and what it has to do of good deeds, which include, among other tasks, the leadership of humanity along its own way. To execute this tremendous duty, mutual counseling and exhortation become a necessary. From the meaning and nature of the very word counsel appears a most significant picture of a united, coordinated, righteous, and enlightened community or society which pursues right, justice, and goodness on this earth. This is exactly how Islam wants the Muslim community to be. Mutual counsel aimed at that which is right is a necessity because it is hard always to maintain what is right, bearing in mind that the obstacles in its way are innumerable, egoistic passions and predilections, false concepts in the social environment, and the tyranny, inequity, and despotism of some. Hence, the mutual exhortation urged here means reminding, encouraging, and expressing the unity of aim and destination and equality in duty and responsibility. It also collects individual effort into a unified whole and thus increases feelings of brotherhood in every guardian of truth. In so far as there are others with him to exhort, encourage, support, and love him. This is precisely the case with Islam, the righteous way of life, whose establishment requires a coordinated, interdependent, self sufficient, and self supporting community. Counsel and exhortation to persevere in the face of adversity are also a necessity because the sustenance of faith and good deeds and catering for right and equity are the hardest tasks to carry out. This makes endurance utterly indispensable. Endurance is also necessary when adapting oneself to the Islamic way of life, confronting others, and when afflicted with ill treatment and hardship. Perseverance is necessary when evil and falsehood triumph. It is necessary for traversing the length of the route, putting up with the slowness of the process of reform, the obscurity of road posts, and the lengthy road leading to the destination. Exhortation to endure hardship and persevere against adverse conditions, broaden man's capacities by inspiring unity of aim and direction as well as feelings of togetherness in everyone, equipping them with love, fortitude, and determination. It generates vitality in the community where the truth of Islam can survive and through which it is implemented.